I felt my heart racing as I looked through the folder marked Project Starlight. Inside, I found a yellowed page describing the chaotic efforts to clean up the debris from the Roswell incident. The drawings showed a strange, futuristic spacecraft that was completely unfamiliar. Then came the disturbing part. Something unsettling occurred. There were accounts of strange individuals dressed in black suits who appeared and assumed command of the area. People who observed the event recounted unusual questioning, threatening cautions, and attempt to erase any proof of the occurrence. The more I read, the more the hairs on the back of my neck stood. This wasn't just a simple government cover-up. It was a well-oiled machine designed to maintain absolute secrecy. The weight of that secrecy pressed down on me. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed from downstairs. I snapped out of my daze. My heart raced in my chest. There was an intruder. I felt a rush of adrenaline, pushing aside my fear. I quickly hid the file, making sure not to leave any evidence behind. I cautiously approached the window and looked outside. The moonlight cast and glow over the yard. I couldn't figure out where the noise was coming from. To feel more secure, I'm gripping the strange metal artifact in my pocket as I carefully descended the stairs. My heart raced as I noticed the front door wide open, with the door shattered on the floor. A sense of unease washed over me. Could someone have broken in while I was upstairs? Was I being followed? My obsession with unknowing had always made me fearful, but now that fear had completely taken over me. Taking a deep breath, I crept towards the doorway. As I took a deep breath, I ventured onto the porch, feeling a chill run down my back in the cool night air. The silence surrounding me felt suffocating, interrupted solely by the sad hoot of an owl far away. As I heard a twig snap behind me, I quickly turned around and instinctively reached for my pocket where the artifact was, finding comfort in its cold touch. However, to my surprise, there was nothing there. All I could see was the vast desert stretching out before me, illuminated by the countless stars above. Yet, the feeling persisted, a prickling sensation on the back of my neck, a sense of unseen eyes following my every move. Was it just nerves? Or was I being watched? Suddenly, a car's headlights pierced the darkness, momentarily blinding me. A beat-up pickup truck slowed down in front of the house, its engine idling noisily. The driver's side window rolled down, revealing a weathered face with a single piercing blue eye. "You lost, son?" a gruff voice rasped. My voice caught in my throat. "Mr. Crowley?" I managed to stammer. The man in the truck chuckled, a dry, humorless sound. "Depends who's asking." Before I could answer, the headlights flicked off, plunging me back into darkness. The engine roared to life, and the truck sped away, leaving me standing alone in the vast New Mexico night, with the weight of a terrifying truth in my hands. My adrenaline still pumping from the encounter with the one-eyed stranger. I wrestled with my conscience. Mr. Crowley, if that was indeed him, might be my only lead. But the experience had shaken me, amplifying the feeling of being watched that had plagued me throughout the day. I took a deep breath and made the choice to investigate the rest of the house. Maybe there were additional files or clues tucked away. After finding nothing, I made the decision to return to town. As I extended my hand towards the doorknob, a faint noise reverberated in the distance. It felt distinct from the previous sound, deeper, more primal. Instead of departing, I found myself irresistibly drawn towards the origin of the sound, a secluded area behind the farmhouse labeled as restricted on Mr. Crowley's map. Moonlight seeped through the breaks in the clouds, casting elongated shadows as I cautiously maneuvered through the tall grass. The rumble grew stronger, transforming into a piercing whine that sent chills down my spine. And then, it came into view. My heart raced in my chest, a mix of fear and excitement coursing through me. I had just witnessed a UFO crash, not something from the past, but a real-time event. Ignoring the pain in my lungs, I ran towards the crash site. As I got closer, the smell of burning metal filled the air. When I reached the top of a small hill, I couldn't believe my eyes. There, among the sharp rocks, was the wreckage of a spaceship, like nothing I had ever seen before. It was shiny, metallic, and glowed with an eerie light from within. But I wasn't alone. Two figures stood at the edge of the crash site, hidden in the darkness. They were tall and imposing, dressed in black suits that seemed to absorb the moonlight. As I approached, they turned towards me, their faces hidden by the shadows of their wide-brimmed hats. "Stay away," one of them croaked, his voice a bone-chilling monotone. Fear coursed through my veins. Were these the infamous men in black? The rumors, the whispers, were they all true? I clutched the peculiar metal object in my pocket, a feeble shield against whatever these figures represented. Before I could react, the other figure lunged towards me, a glimmer of metal in his hand. I instinctively raised my arm to block the attack. The metal object colliding with the figure's arm, producing a loud clang. Momentarily stunned, he stumbled back. Seizing the opportunity, I sprinted away, my heart pounding against my chest. The figures pursued, their long strides rapidly closing the gap. Their heavy breaths echoed behind me, driven by an unwavering determination. Frantically, I looked my surroundings for an escape route. Suddenly, a jagged crevice materialized in the ground, barely visible in the dim light. Without hesitation, I dove in, the rough edges scraping against my skin as I tumbled into the darkness. Above me, I heard the frustrated shouts of the figures, their voices fading as I came to a stop at the bottom of the crevice. Pain radiated from my scraped skin, but the rush of adrenaline dulled it for now. I grabbed the metal object from my pocket. I took a deep breath, clutching it tightly, wishing it was more than just a useless object, but a tool to help me navigate the mysterious dangers ahead. That's the end of this chapter. If you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We release a new chapter every Wednesday and Friday. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again.